What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we're going to be having a market watch. Guys, a heads up, in 2 weeks we're going to have a very slightly different market watch because we'll have a little more knowledge of what BT10 has in store for cards you might need. So we'll discuss those cards that'll help us mitigate any issues that we might be running into in the future. So we'll cover a little bit of that. We'll have a coverage of BT9, BT8, sorry, not BT9, but we'll be covering both of those all in one video. So let's dive into this one, shall we? So let's dive right into it, right? We have Kendo Garurumon hitting the $7 mark. This card is crazy. From that $20 mark to hit this is surprised by me. We also have Cerberus Werewolf mode for $5. We have Soundbirdmon about $5, $12 for the Blinding Ray, Burning Greymon about $5, Bushies about $6. Don't worry about this one. There is a cooler alternate art of it. Lobo about $4. Tactical Retreats are at the $20 mark. If you have them, move them. I think these are ticking time bombs. Eventually, they will get a foil art that is not a pre-release stamp. Heirs of the Dragons, Dark Dramons, Command Dramons about $8. There's only 2 listings left. This is probably going to skyrocket to 20 if we click on it. Let's see. Nope, they're sticking on the 7s. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of you boys. Let's see. Outside of that, nothing too crazy. So we'll move on to Battle of Omni. Sakuyamon, Omni Shoutmon coming down from that overly inflated $20 price that I don't think ever sold. Yeah, it didn't sell. After seeing that it wasn't needed as much, I mean, it's still teetering there, but people aren't really buying him because there was no need for him after this point. So, Infermon's about $6. I mean, that's not a bad Diabormon pickup for $6. I would definitely invest in myself. Renamon, about $4s. Alteris mode, 17. That's not terrible. I mean, he's a little pricier than his like $5 range if you missed out on him. I mean, I was able to get 3 copies. The 4th one was lost in the mail. Sadly, that hurt me a little more than I wanted it to, but you only need really 3 if anything. Outside of that, nothing too crazy. Zeeg's down to 3s. Cora's about $35. Gabumon's about $3.10. I mean, Shoutmon's at least $8. But again, there is a full art foil version coming out in the Tamer Pack 3 or whatever, the one that has basically the coincide, like the Kaitis Breath, stuff like that, the second one. So let's see what they do with that. Let's go on to Double Diamond here. So we got Howling Memory Boost about 15, Flame Dramon's about 17. This card has been slowly creeping down. Savior Huckmon's about 15s. Happy Fly Bullet is about 12s. TK Kari's are about 9s. Ginkamon promotes about 17. Arbormon's about 8. Zwart Swarmer's about 820. I mean, Happy Bullet Shower's about 9s. Izzy Joe's about 4. Wyvern's Breath about 7. I mean, not terrible in the market. Tai Kamiya, Matt Ishida, not bad. Just diving in further and further, just seeing where this goes. Nothing too crazy. Nothing. Now let's get into pre-release next adventure. Jet Sylphie and Serafamon are still going to hold the line. Same with the Duro Greymon and the Doraemon. They're all going to hold the line because they are still competitively viable for time to come until there's some sort of restriction or hit. Beowulfmon's about 15. Burning Greymon 12s. Call from Darkness is starting to climb up more and more. It's about almost $20. That is crazy to me. Pride Memory Boost about, 15s. I mean, nothing to say about this, but this card is definitely worth that $15. It's just a very powerful option, and it only gets better with more viable targets, more viable decks. So we'll have to see where that goes. Skull Knightmon's about $13. Not bad. I wish I could see like pre-release of this weekend, but nothing's really set in stone yet. Outside of that, nothing too crazy. So we'll move on to, we're going to take a look at the Ultimate Cup stuff. So what's really interesting to me, like I have the Demi Vmons and the Vmon myself. So I think what I'm going to do is hold on to them for a longer period of time. These will influx the market, but the deck is not going to go anywhere. They're viable cards here to come, and they'll only stay viable as long as there is always printed Vmon support. So then Vmon's one of those fan favorite Digimon, and that means he'll get so much support it's not even funny. So let's dive into Karamon, Chimeramon, not Karamon, Chimeramon. So Chimeramon has just been seeing a steady influx. People are buying him. I really doubt $70 was bought, but let's be honest, I don't see this holding its value. I think this is going to come down and start reaching. We never really stay above the Europe side. We're never really on that high end past them sometimes. We always shift lower. So if they're about $30 here, we should be seeing him around 32 on our side. I mean, like, not even kidding you, they have enough copies. We'll see more and more. And as time goes on, yes, this deck is viable for a while, and Chimeramon is just one of those good go-to level 5s, especially how he works. But I think he'll slowly creep down into the 32 range very easily. Black War Greymon, alternate arts, about 47. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, you could definitely probably pick up your 4 of here, but I think possibility on even on the Europe side, he's sitting around 30 range. I mean, like, I think 30 range is pretty decent to pick him up at. Anything above that, I think you're wasting money. I think hold off unless you see him like for like 32s or something like that, or this 34 mark. I think he's acceptable to pick up at the 34, but anything above that is unacceptable. Don't buy it at that price. But outside of that, nothing too crazy. The Alga Star has seen a little bit of a bump and started to being bought out a bit. She is slowly creeping into the 70, almost $80 range. There's not much holding it back. It's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 copies before it shoots up into the $80 range. I'm not surprised with Juan Zero hyping this deck up a little bit more, but also because Bt-08 it's viable. It's going to be viable in Bt-10. So there's just nothing bad about this card all in general. I mean, on the Europe side, we're looking at, you know, the $30 range, but that's kind of weird to me eventually since we do buy this out, but they do have a lot more copies on the market. They're not as hyped for it. Dark Knightmon, alternate arts, saw that massive spike a little while ago, and it's just holding off a little bit. We're at that couple copy marks till we hit back up there, but it'll probably refill the market slowly. And as you know how the market works, once it starts refilling, everybody starts going down. About $10 on the Europe side. I mean, like 13 US, like 10 euros on their side. Not bad. Jesmon Event Pack 2 is about, it's trying to teeter around the $80 to $90 range, which I give credit. Like, hold off there. Sorry, wrong Jesmon. Jesmon. There we go. This is the Jesmon I want. This Jesmon's tanked into the, holy moly. I should pick up more of these. That's not bad on Europe side. That's about 30 euros compared to our $80. Not bad. I mean, if you get a bunch of them and then get it shipped over here for that extra $20, you're definitely making a good profit if you can find them on the Europe side to get shipped. Cocytus Breath is definitely bought out, and that was a little bit thanks to Juan's commentary about Alga Star being one of the best decks in the format. And, you know, you're not going to find English. Yeah, the rest are Japanese. The only thing is the English. Same thing on this Cocytus Breath. Well, at least this Cocytus Breath is in, like, $20 range. That's not bad. This Cocytus Breath got bought out, like, heavy. This is gone. And I don't see people paying this price, but I would be not surprised if somebody pays that price. Cocytus Breath, this one as well, looking in the 24 euro range, about, 27 us, not bad. So let's move over to Metal Garurumon. Metal Garurumon from Release Booster, the BT1. This card started seeing a small climb. It is starting to climb and can be bought out very easily. I mean, it's in the $20 range. Wouldn't be surprised if this thing ever reaches $40. Just old classic card. It's not terrible to have. Next, we are going to talk about Grand Quagga. Grand Quagga is something of a card that you should invest into just to make sure you have your base play set. I know that they are extremely easy to get, but eventually he will be being bought out because of how the market works. The closer we get to BT9, the closer people are going to want this card. So by July, this card should be spiking again. So make sure you grab your base play set and just hold on to it. Grand Quaggamon's about $2 on their side. Well, €2, about $4 US. Not bad. Metal Garurumon, as I've already talked about. Howling Crusher. This card definitely saw the spike, and it's now teetering in the $4.50 range, stuff like that. That's not terrible. I mean, even $4.10 isn't bad, but you're going to just have to see who wants to pay for what. Howling Crusher's not a bad pickup. Howling Crusher on the Europe side, it's in the cents euros. They're not even hyping it. Holy Flame, about $1.25. Not terrible. I mean, it's slowly creeping. It's gonna go up more and more as time goes on. So definitely have your base playset, especially if this card is viable in, what is it, BT10's meta with Venusmon. If this card is used in the security, that would be crazy, because then that Venusmon shuts down almost everything you're trying to do. So just keep that in mind. Holy Flame as well. 05s, not terrible. So what did you guys think of this market watch? Let me know down in the comments. I kind of shortened it up because I think the 20-minute market watches are a little long for people, and I think you guys want a shorter market watch. So let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed this shorter one. Maybe I might do like 2 days of market watches, just so that if I need to cover more cards, we can cover more cards. Let me know. I will catch you in the next video. Peace!